Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Woo 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 woo. Y'all, welcome back to Snack Cackle Talk, and I am your host Lacey. And y'all, the topic of tonight. No, this is not my daily routine. Okay, my regular routine, but I felt the need to get on here today simply because my live from yesterday was terrible, simply terrible. I had never seen anything like how bad I did my live yesterday. And well, TikTok, I'm trying to see what's going on with y'all and why I can't see myself on your screen. But hopefully y'all can hear what I'm saying. Hopefully. Um, Let me see if I can be heard. But anyway, if you are new to my page, welcome to my page. This is Snack Cackle Talk, and I am your host, Lacey. And if you have a moment out of your time, out of your day, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Um, but like I said, I am on here today because I basically wanted to have a redo because yesterday was terrible. I had bad reception. I looked a hot mess. I didn't have my teeth. I had no makeup on. My hair was not done. I had on my work clothes and it was just an overall hot mess. And as soon as we got through with the live recording, I went back and tried to watch my live, and it was jumping all over the place. The static was real. The voices were in and out, and I was not a happy camper. But I managed to have uh, I was gonna delete it off of YouTube, but I had two viewers, and I didn't even want to lose my two viewers. Sad to say, I did not. So I just put up a thumbnail saying, "Do not watch this video." Sad to say, that's what I did. Um, but y'all, today's topic is the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That is so sad. What has happened to this man in broad daylight at a public setting filled with hundreds of people, and that happened to him. That is so sad. I am not a Republican. I do not support anything that the Republicans do, but I do not wish unaliving anyone. Okay. Um, but I cannot help but wonder if he was an example that the perpetrator was setting, you know, was this an example? And why did he do it? That is what's unclear. I'm sure he was not agreeing with his views, but why? Why choose him? Why choose that moment to do such a thing in broad daylight? And how did they catch him so fast? You know what I'm saying? So I am just utterly thrilled on what has happened to this man. And I'm quite sure that all the students that attended the event were utterly traumatized. I was I was practically traumatized just seeing it on TV. So I know they had to be traumatized being in the setting of things. Okay. When I tried to look up some updated information on the story, um, I didn't have any updated information. They have arrested a suspect, and they are calling him a suspect. So I don't know why they're using the term suspect if he's the one that did it. And like I said, I don't wish ill will of unaliving anybody. So prayers do go out to his family, because at the end of the day, this was a family man, this was a husband, this was a father, um, that has been unalived. And it is a sad day for them to have to deal with such a horrific moment that they will never forget. They will never live this down. I hope and pray that his daughter was not there. I've read a ton of books, and I read about assassinations in some of these books of political figures and stuff like that. And these books are fiction. And just reading out about how um, the children in the books that witnessed their parents being unalived because they were presidents or ambassadors or anything of a leading figure of a political party, how it affected them. And it's so utterly sad. Like like I said, I'm not a Republican, okay? But this is a sad moment for his little girl to have to deal with for the rest of her life. And this these flashes is what she's going to have to, even because she's too young to remember what her dad looks like as she grows older. So besides the pictures that her mom keeps around the house, this is her memory. This is what's going to keep bringing her back to remember who her dad is and who he was, and how he positively and negatively affected the community that led to his assassination. Now, I know that the news is calling it that he was killed. This man was assassinated. This was an assassination. Assassination is when you unalive somebody in the public eye of hundreds, thousands to millions. You want it to be seen, and you want it to be publicized. This was not just a basic killing. This was an assassination. And it, like I said, I wonder if he is an example that this person was setting, and if other political figures need to be on guard. Okay? They need to be on guard, regardless of who you are or what you do as a political party, whether you are Democratic or Republican. Be careful. People in the US of A are crazy in 2025. Plain and simple. This whole year has been pure D trash, and we need a do over. We need a do over. It is a hot mess in the US. Okay. Um, if you are just now joining my page, this is Snack Cackle Talk. I am your host, Lacey. No, I am not filming on my regular day, um, but I am filming on just an alternative day because, like I said, I did go live yesterday while I was at work as promised, and man, it's a hot mess. I kept my embarrassed recording on YouTube and it is titled "Do Not Watch This Video," and you will see how bad I was. Okay, I think that's probably the worst lie that I have ever had, but I don't know. I've been pretty bad when I first started, especially when I first started out. So I'm a prime example, and I have no problem showing my disdain on my work ethics because it has been bad. But it also shows where every time I try to get on here, I try to grow, I try to do better, I try to learn more, I try to expand, I try to be better for you guys. I really, really do because when I graduated in school and when I went through school, computers was not a heavy mainstream for us, and even if it was nowhere near the level where everybody is at today. Okay. Uh, so just putting that out there. And I opted not to learn computers. It was an option, it was a choice because my mindset was around just being a nurse. That was my mindset. And computers was not factored in. Everything was on paper. So I didn't feel like I needed technology. And now that technology has advanced and has expanded beyond our wildest dreams, now you basically have to conform and learn this stuff. Okay, because it is a part of our everyday life. So now I have to learn this stuff. So, but like I said, I try to come on here and try to be 1000 with you guys and try to learn more and try to give y'all better content every time I get on here. Okay. Um, now, let me see what's going on here with you guys over here and why y'all cannot see me. Um, because it is not making sense over here. Um, if y'all can see me, somebody please give me a thumbs up. Okay, so I do have somebody that does say that they can. Thank you for following the live. We are, well, because my partner is at work, but I am speaking on the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and this is so sad. Um, that this man, he has brought together the young community for the Republican Party that helps support Donald Trump. Okay. So that is a good thing that he was able to pull together so many young adults, regardless of whatever party that you're trying to pull in. The young adults is who you really need to target. And he was able to to pull those targeted young adults in to help gather those votes for Donald Trump. Okay. Um, and he has been assassinated, y'all. Let me see. I'm sorry if my stuff is jumping all over the place, but I'm trying to figure out why everything's haywire. And I'm trying to help my TikTokers that's viewing my stuff to be able to see me because I can't see me. So I feel like if I can't, there we go. Well, at least I was able to attach you guys um, to my actual stream page. Okay, that's what we are looking at right here. Okay, we are looking at my stream. Okay, so basically, now, what I talked about yesterday here in my hometown, y'all, I'm going to take myself off of here, okay? I tried this yesterday and it didn't work. And I see it didn't work again today. Okay. So yesterday I spoke on um, this right here that I'm showing you guys is a statue of Jesus, okay? And this is near my hometown in Flint, Texas, because I live in East Texas. And I'm about 30 minutes away from Flint. So, and someone has gone in and vandalized this statue that was in front of a church located in Flint, Texas. Okay. Sadly, crazily so. They cut his hands off. And this is a clean cut. So they had to use a tool to do what they did to this statue and cut his hands off. Okay? And then they also went in and they damaged the face of the statue as well. They look like they broke off the nose, chipped off the cheeks, the temple area, the eyes. It looks like my partner Monica, she pointed out that it looks like they did a little damage under the chin area, like in the Smith County Sheriff Department. The assumption is that it was possibly done. The motive is just that they just a different Christian party or don't agree with the beliefs or whatever. And just the pure hatred. I've noticed lately a lot of my lives have been targeted around so much hate that has, I mean, the United States is known for its hate. I mean, it was done during slavery and everything. So that did not go away. But y'all, you would think that after all these years that we should have grown. We should have grown into some sort of acceptance or tolerance for other people, other cultures, other Christianities, other beliefs, other sexes, everything like that, that even if you don't agree with it, just deal with it, tolerate it. You would think that we have grown past all the hate that is coming out in such an abundance. I mean, it's such an abundance that it is crazy ridiculous. Crazy ridiculous. And now I'm very saddened to see in my day and age and witness this type of hate that has been going on in our country. And we're supposed to be the land of the great. You know what I mean? And I'm not seeing that whatsoever. Okay. Now, what I also noticed is that I talked about yesterday that Travis done cut his hair off, y'all. Lord have mercy. This man has cut off all his locks. Now, I actually liked his locks. I actually liked his hair. And I actually think he looks better with it. But he was so overjoyed that he felt like, I guess he must have thought he was free, honey. He was free of those locks. Because he came out there and he was just overly hyped and excited and everything under the sun. Okay. Now, Monica was joking around that she thought that he looked like Predator. Poor thing. Now, me, I did not see him looking like Predator. I just saw him looking like Jamie Foxx from In Living Color, Wanda. Was that her name? Wanda? Um, that's what I saw. But everyone thinks this guy is ugly, okay? Me personally, I don't think this guy is ugly, okay? And if I was of his age caliber and I was accessible to him, I would consider him even before the fame. I would consider him because of his personality, his how he just carries himself and how he views relationships. I would definitely consider him because I don't date off of looks alone. But that's just me. Okay, I know other people are different, but my dating is based off of how you treat me and the confidence that you have within yourself, how you carry yourself, all of those things, how you act, how you treat your mother, all those things matter to me. If you have kids or a child, how you treat your child, are you involved? That's what I even back then, that's what I thought about. Because even when I met my husband, I was 17 years old. My husband, 3 years older than me, he had a son. And it mattered to me when he let me know up front, day one, that he had a son. Are you involved in your son's life? Do you take care of your son? Because if you don't, ain't no point in talking to me. So I would definitely date him, even without the fame, okay? Because he just seems like an overall sweet person, okay? Um, but yeah, I did not like. I have a picture up here, but I don't want to put the picture up. That's just disturbing to me. But yeah, back to Kirk. It is so sad that this man has been unalived on it. It almost seemed like it was live TV. Almost, I'm quite sure it was live TV. You know, wherever they Utah, I'm sure they was doing a live feed in Utah. And the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes and set up was that popped up on the screen, and you heard the gunshot and you saw the blood gushing from his neck. So I said, "Oh my goodness, he just got shot on live TV." You know what? Is this live? That was my original assumption was this live, because this is terrible. And I was like, who is that? Who is that? So once I got the close up view of who it was that got shot, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is so sad. So, like I said, prayers go out to his wife, because regardless of his beliefs, regardless of his placement in the political party, regardless of if I agree with him or not, it is still sad that he was unalived in such a manner that will forever be cast upon his remembrance, that his family will not ever forget how he was taken. And his daughter, this is the memory that she's going to have, that people are going to constantly bring up as she grows up. Okay, because she looks like she was barely one, two at best, but she's a little girl. That I do know. Um, but y'all, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I just wanted to come on here and basically get me
Before you go,
a do over.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was speaking on school shootings.
Oh, he was
What?
speaking on school shootings at that event,
I believe so.
and then that happened at the school
Yeah,
at the Utah University.
yeah.
Mm. And yet they don't want to do anything about the gun law. And then people want to get up here talking about their rights being infringed on. You don't, you have a right to defend yourself. So let that not be mistaken. People have a right to defend themselves, okay? No one's not telling you that you can't defend yourself or your family or whatever in a truthful, threatening situation, okay? But what we are having is not not that. What we are experiencing is school shootings of innocent kids who can't defend themselves, and they're being unalived by adults that have a personal vendetta, not against the kids, against other people. It could be against the Christianity, against the culture, against a individual, and they'll go clean to a school or a mall or a grocery store or whatever, and just go ham on some people and lose their damn minds on some innocent people that have absolutely nothing to do with why they're feeling the way that they are feeling. But it is definitely ringing privilege when they do it. You get what I'm saying? And your rights are not being infringed on if they say that, which they do need to say, that they need to make it to where you can't have AR weapons. Okay? Because that's what the problem is a lot of the open carries, people feel like they need to openly carry AR weapons. those are military grade weapons. And any time one of them is being used, in my opinion, I am not a professional. But anytime an AR weapon is used, I don't feel like that is um, a self defense incident. I feel like it's an act of war on your own country, on your own people. That's what I feel, because it is a war weapon. It's not a civilian weapon. There's nothing wrong with having rifles or uh, what are those other ones? Um, Handguns. There's nothing wrong with having those. Those are personal protection weapons. AR weapons that dispense hundreds, tens to hundreds of bullets at a time to make sure you can injure a ton of people at one time. Though that you can't sit here and say you was defending yourself, okay, or you felt threatened or anything of the sort. Those are war weapons. Nobody's saying, I don't feel like they should be cut off from being purchased, but because you do have people that actually just collect weapons, and with the way our world is being turned upside down, I think our country is being sold out to tell you the truth. And so we may need those AR weapons for when somebody decides to jump on over here and throw the food with us and enact war on the US, because we are being sold out by our own president, by our own Republican political party. So they are doing that. And those AR weapons is what that's for, to protect us in an act of war. Okay. Not sit up here and go do mass shootings and all this kind of stuff. So, but I'm done fussing because I can sit here and fuss about this all day and then something else is going to happen tomorrow. Sad to say. But like I said, I don't wish anybody being unalive, regardless of who you are. And it just makes me wonder if him being chosen target for this moment, if it's more like a warning to others. That's all I'm wondering. Because why did he do it? Why did the person do it? Why did he choose this moment and this person to do it? Uh, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. I will be back on here tomorrow. Hopefully, I may touch base on any updates that are brought on from today's events, but I will be uh, finishing up on the book that I found in my grandmother's room that was dated back 30 years ago, on 203 ways to drive your man wild in bed. And I am going to introduce a new card game to y'all that I want to share with you guys. I have already completed 2 card games already, and I found a third one, and I would like to go through that card game with you. Um, Other than that, I will be back on here on relationship Saturday as well. For those of you that do follow me, I am on here. Y'all know I'm on here 3 days a week. And I try to get on here Tuesdays and Thursdays because I actually work Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I took off for tomorrow so that I can do what I need to do and come on here. And plus, I'm just going to be overall busy that I took off for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and do my live here in my office space. But and I want y'all to join me, okay? I appreciate y'all hopping on here tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay? Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me.
Give me the likes button, hearts, all those things. I appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do. I do, I do, I do. See y'all next time. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Maybe we should take it slow. I don't feel too comfortable jumping into something new right now.